peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Since the war broke out in South Sudan in 2013, a lot of experiments or peace process have been brought in place. The first experiment collapsed with two armies going at each other. The peace process died. The second peace process came. We managed to get what we have got right now. There is a peace process, a semblance of peace holding. How long it will hold, we just don't know. But it's upon the people of South Sudan and international community to help the people of Sudan to pump in resources needed to sustain the peace process, which is so fragile that it could actually break. And once it breaks, it makes matters worse for the region. South Sudan remains a sick child of Africa. A sick child in the sense that senseless killings have taken place. Over 380,000 people are not traceable. Accountability has been overshadowed by political machinations. How long can this take on? How long can this stay? How long can this happen? And how shall we control it? How do we bring it to a conclusion? A peaceful, stable South Sudan. My proposals range from funding the government to sustain the projects of peace process that we agreed, changing the peace model by bringing the UN special envoy in the region, fully equipped, logistically equipped, supplied, mandated to keep law and order and have sustained the peace process, the ceasefires that are there. If that can be done, South Sudan will be stable. If that stability does not come, then it is up to the world to decide another method beyond what they have done so far. And that method is accountability through the courts that will deter any further occurrences of a war. Thank you. Very much, viewers. Good morning, wherever you are. This is Punchline Africa, together with the Legacy Trend from the headquarters of the Legacy Trend, miles away from Punchline Africa Television. Good morning. This is Dr. Matanga presenting this show this morning, and with me on the show, on the panel, will be three people. One, Miriam, will take us through the daily events, what is happening to open up our morning, and then Professor in-house, our Professor Gerard Onyari, in-house analyst, a strategist, a champion who prays for us at times of sorrow like this one. But he is a conflict resolution mediator. If you have any problem in Africa, call him. You call him, he'll call Matanga. Matanga will call Mbeki. Mbeki will call Chisano. You see, our line is there. but we shall not call Obasanjo, because Obasanjo comes for money. We don't do for money. Thank you very much this morning. And in the studios of the Legacy Trend, away in Malindi, the only thing lacking is the banner, is Karen Joseph. She's Malindi Legacy Trend correspondent. Thank you very much, but she gives us the views, how many houses have been built in Malindi as far as the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta is concerned. Don't forget that. We have 29 days. Yes, you saw them. You have counted like a Mr. Prof.
No, I've started.
Thank you very much. Good morning, wherever we are. Miriam Ogutu, good morning.
A very good morning to you. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Professor. And good morning to our viewers wherever they're watching us from this morning.
Thank you very much. Let's open it up with the daily situation, our situation. I will not resign. Yes, I will not resign because my child is not a child anymore. Do you think Mutai Kagwe is correct? Karen?
Yes, Dr.
Yes, his child is not a child anymore. For example, I don't have a child in my house. All my children are above age to be taken to sentence. You sentence them on their own. But as a father, I will come to pay bail. My last born is 21. Yes, she's turning 22. Is that a child anymore? That's a person who should be responsible. So should Mutahi Kagwe resign? Because his son, a big son who is married, who goes about with his life, is doing something wrong? Let's go. What's your comment?
Dr. Masanga, you know, it doesn't affect Mutai Kagwe. Okay, it affects him, but it's not him directly. So I don't think he has to resign. It's my child, yes, but my child is not Mutai Kagwe. So he shouldn't resign because of the sins of the son. I mean, whatever it is that the son is claimed to have done. Let the son be criticized on his own. Let him stand on his own and face the law on his own if at all he has to. But it has nothing to do with Mutai Kagwe, Dr. and the rest of the panel.
Thank you very much, Karen. A straightforward answer. Professor, as I return the mantle to Miriam. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. for that good question. God gives us children. The right to have committed a crime. The law will not come to Mutai Kagwe, will go for the son. So there is no connection. He remains a son. We will go to bail him, but the law will face the son. And if he's found culpable, he will be punished and not Mutai Kagwe. So this idea of crucify him should end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Crucify. Is it the day it has come a reaching community? Crucify Pauline Njoroge. Yes, crucify her. Because 4 years ago, Pauline Njoroge wrote an article saying that we are not utilizing the park properly. If you go to a park in central London, if you go to a park, Hyde Park, in central London, Professor, I believe you have been there. You have gone to, yes, you have gone to Hyde Park. Miriam, what is in the Hyde Park? If you go to Hyde Park, you will find a toilet as clean as where you can eat like a restaurant. You will find restaurants, kiosk, portable. You will find everything. You will find a dustbin. You will find a well-organized fence that keeps the wild animals, wild people, well-organized to keep off some people who could steal some of the things. You will find water flowing. You wash your hands. Organized park. And Pauline Njoroge's mistake, according to those men who want Jesus killed and Barabbas freed, said, crucify, crucify. Professor summarized it very well. Crucify, crucify. Was it necessary? Why didn't you check her and call her and say, you know, we want a statement of commitment. We want to give you this job. That young man, woman is traumatized forever. I don't think there is a department in Kenya that will give that woman a job. We are killing people through social media. Tunawaua. In fact, if we are not careful, the lady can commit suicide. She can become on suicide watch list. Miriam, back to you. The figures.
Yes, indeed. And on the matter of Pauline, I think the ministry should have done due diligence before her being appointed. And the issue of CS Mutahi Kagwe's son, I think if he's over 18 years old, so at what point do you, stop taking responsibility as a parent for a grown-up? So I think the boy, if he broke the law, then the law should just take its charge on him. And CS Mutahi, he has done an excellent job as the Minister of Health at this point in Kenya. I think he's proved, and Kenyans have had a lot of faith in him. So I think what made Kenyans criticize him for whatever his son did is, I think, what happened a couple of months ago. Doctor, you remember those children who went drinking somewhere else, had a house party, and their parent had to facilitate an ambulance to bring them home. But that is different because the parent was involved in the breaking of the law. But in this case, the CS Mutahi is not involved. He's not the one who, whatever happened, he's not involved in whatever the son was doing. So that is the difference between what those children did at the beginning of the year when they were in a house party. The parents used their influence to get them an ambulance to bring them home. That was wrong. But in this case, the boy was just, on his own. So he should be treated as by himself because he is an adult. So at some point as a parent, you cannot take responsibility for your, actions of your grown children. So as we look at the situation...
Miriam, I have something to say on Pauline before you say something.
Yes.
You know what, Miriam? This is double standards and a lot of injustice being netted on Pauline. We are having so many people who are contradicting the government and they are working in the government and no action has been taken against them. And nobody will raise a finger against them. In fact, that it doesn't matter the people who criticize us, that they are always wrong. If they criticize us and they become part of the system, they will implement their vision. She has got freedom of expression. She has expressed herself. So she should not be punished because she said it. In fact, when she said if our backs are not well managed, that is a positive criticism. And sometimes, Miriam, I teach the 10 C's. One of the 10 C's is common sense. And when I always tell people that use your common sense, people think that you have insulted them. But I'm trying to say that you interrogate yourself. Do I do it or I don't do it? Do I speak or do I not speak it? So the minister, before he could have gone ahead to do that, he could have consulted himself with some little bit of wisdom. So I want to see ladies coming in and condemn these acts because this one cannot go unpunished. They cannot punish Pauline. She has been given a job. Let her be found to be punished if she has done a mistake while doing the job. So that is totally uncalled for, and I cannot support it, and I condemn it. And the authorities who can reverse, they should reverse. All
right, very well. Thank you so much, Professor. Then perhaps because she criticized, so maybe she will be the right person for the job to ensure that she implements the changes that she'd want in the tourism ministry. But that is a conversation that will continue happening here. And we look at the statistics in Kenya this morning. The confirmed cases stands at 26,436. The death toll is 420. Recoveries is 12,961. Uganda confirmed cases 1,283. 7 people are dead. Recoveries is 1,115. And South Africa confirmed cases 559,859. The death toll there is 10,408. And the recoveries is 411,474. And the total number of confirmed cases in Africa this morning is 1,048,285, and the number of recoveries is 733,172, and confirmed deaths in the continent is 23,280. And Dr. while the Ministry of Health was giving those daily updates yesterday, I think we recorded high number of recoveries, so over 1,000. So that was a good thing, and the majority of them came from home care, as it has been in the past few days.
Thank you very much. Just to add on what the professors just said, Pauline Njoroge is entitled to an opinion, but when can we turn the coin? The Minister of Tourism told us to go to hell. Have we gone to hell?
That he did. COVID-19 almost took us to hell, but we're not there.
The Minister of Tourism himself on national television, when we are talking about the rhinos, he told us to go to hell.
Yes.
And hell, we could fail. So, who is supposed to resign? Who is supposed to resign here? Can you go to Britain and any democracy and say, you got to hell? What? That word and the Queen will hear you. You have told people to go to hell. You remain in the cabinet and drive both sides around here, like the one my friend has. Watch out! Tell the truth. You can be a performing minister, but you cannot embarrass a person. You cannot profile people. Before you chose this lady, you should have done it proves to what critics are saying, that these posts are given to relatives. Why did you bring in Pauline Njoroge when you knew her background? Then later on, turn against her. What is tourism? Look at Pauline Njoroge's face. Can any tourist in Kenya fail to see her face? If we want to go that route. Tourism is what? Is the ugly people? Can they do tourism? In Uganda, we do tourism in a different way. We have Ugandan special carved weddings. They also express, they attract people. Ugandan law now allows carved ladies to attract. And the more people come, Wazungu, like unfortunately, the Wazungu like slender people, tall, slender. But they don't like the Ugandan type. But they come. But it went to parliament, all of you had. But that aside, even if you're a tourist, can you fail to see if this lady is on a tour to US and she is on a tour, Njoroge Pauline is on a tour talking about Kenya's tourism, which tourists will not come? Wacha tuambiane ukweli, Mr. Barara. You might have the ear of the president, but we are now telling you. We have told we shall contribute money from Pauline Njoroge to court to make you rescind, to teach you a lesson. Yes, the court will revoke, will actually put her back. Wewe, nise ulileta shida ya bure wewe. These are part of the people who are spoiling the president's name.
Vegas.
Yes, some of us have been fighting for the president's legacy. And you find one minister spoiling the whole thing. Every morning, 4 a.m., I'm writing to keep the legacy. And someone comes from nowhere to kill the morale of younger people, younger ladies. All younger ladies will fear going there to apply for jobs. And this, I am telling you, this girl might not get a job anywhere. Not even international agents can employ her. Because that thing now has gone into the data of Google. That your appointment was revoked. Everywhere she will go, they will ask her, what about this? What about this? What about this? Some of us our names have been killed because of malicious things. Someone has put malicious things on your records. And Google has captured it. When they Google your name, they see a lot of things that you have never even done. What Ocampo put on me was worse, to say I'm a witness tamperer. When you go to Google, they say witness tamperer. So the funny thing, they say, you tampered with witnesses who did crimes against humanity. Look at that. So Pauline Njoroge deserves respect. Full stop. Miriam, on the figures, Minister Kagwe should not resign. That's a point cleared. Should not resign because of the son. The son, if he has committed a problem, let the minister ban him from coming home and go to quarantine. Quarantine. Funga ye. Me, I've told you, I've told all my children, Aki ya Mungu kama unaenda uko London Street, una break somebody's house, unaleta some equipment that you are hiding under my bed. Oh, daddy, hide this. When the police take me, you sell it. Itachukua tuende nayo kwa polisi na wewe. Wakufunge. I will come and pay bail. Yes. So, Mutahi Kagwe cannot resign because a mature man, his son, has committed a problem somewhere. Let's not misuse. I think Miriam, one of these days, this week, raised the question, are we misusing social media? Is social media being misused to break up families, to destroy families? Women are breaking up with men. Men are breaking up with women because somebody takes and posts a picture that he saw a Matanga kissing someone. He saw Matanga with someone. Like what Mr. Alai did to me, that I produced children through Facebook. You saw that. I don't know how you produce a child through Facebook. By osmosis. There are people here who misusing social media. Who gives Alai the platform? The CAA, Communication Authority of Kenya, should have closed his area. Is actually particularly, whenever he touches anything, he can't use that word. But there's someone benefiting from this mess. Professor, if you look at what Alai wrote against Amina Mohammed, when Amina Mohammed was sent by the president working for Kenya, it is no longer Amina Mohammed looking for the job. It's the government of Kenya looking for the job. Then Alai wrote so many bad things about Amina Mohammed. Umeona where we have reached. We reach by social media. Thank you.
All right,
Let's move.
Thank you so much. And before we leave this matter of COVID-19 and look at the headlines there on the newspapers, I think this is also on the front pages there of the Daily Nation. Update says doctored results. Doctors falsify cause of death to avoid coronavirus. Let me just look at that. And then, Karen, you will give me your thoughts. Now, despite spending almost 1 billion Kenya shillings on COVID-19, most counties, no, that is not it. Was it on page 8? Yes, the government has warned unscrupulous doctors in private practice who are said to be colluding with families to hide test results for COVID-19 victims to clear them for burial without observing health restrictions. The shocking revelation, according to Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe, has come from the medical fraternity itself, where other doctors have exposed their colleagues engaging in the obvious malpractice. Karen, what is your thoughts on this very worrying story?
Miriam, I want us to look at the reasons as to why the doctors could be doing so, first of all, before we condemn them. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean I agree with what they're doing. I don't. Mm-hmm. But we have something called stigmatization. And I think that is what is causing the families to agree with the doctors to give a different report while it's actually COVID, but they want to say it's malaria. And it's because of stigmatization. Now, people have stigmatized people who are said to have died of COVID, or people who have COVID. And I want them to look at the number of recoveries as they do that. That means there's hope. There's hope. So we don't need to stigmatize these people. We need to make them, to make sure they isolate, yes, but we do not need to stigmatize their families or you know, it hurts them.
But Karen, the main reason these doctors are said to be doing this, colluding with the families to do that, is because the families want to accord their loved ones a normal send-off, which is, it's risky in itself. That is the main reason why.
Okay, in that case, then they should remember one thing, Miriam, here. Their health is important. Even as you agree with the doctor to have such a report for you to give a decent burial, you need to know that the rest of you, your health matters. So they should do so, remembering that their lives are at stake as well. So it's not the right thing to do here, Miriam. It isn't, because the lives of those you take to that burial site are at stake. We've had an issue at the coast where, you know, they were trying to do such a thing, but they're forgetting that you are exposing the lives of those people at the burial to COVID, and it's not proper and it's not right, Miriam.
And also, yes, you mentioned stigmatization, yes, which is also another reason.
I think I concur with Karen 100%. She has a point even in the first point.
Yes,
you have a valid point.
Yes. Mm.
And you in fact, I like you to proceed with that point and value it more in the future engagement. Why? There is crime. What motive? What is the motive? The motive. What makes people go to fake documents? Mm-hmm. We said it here, Miriam, a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Why are people faking faking certificates? Why? Let's remove that thing. Why? We don't say we condone the actions, but there must be some reason. One of them is stigmatization. Mm-hmm. People are stigmatized. You are called that Corona village, Corona house. Hiyo nyumba ya Corona msipitie hapo. People.
Hao ni watu wa Corona.
Yes.
Hao ndio watu wa Corona.
Yes.
This is Corona village. This is Corona house. That girl Corona. When AIDS was beginning, Karen has a point. Mm-hmm. When AIDS was beginning, people stigmatized the people, AIDS patients. Mm-hmm. For a man to take your girlfriend whom you have been looking for a long time, he has to tell the girlfriend that, you know what? That man is HIV. My dear, so many things happen. That guy You know, the girl you are trying is HIV. Haki matanga wewe. You know when you are told that, hey, Miriam, you know how you scratch your head quickly and run. You know why in Uganda there is a place called Half London. Kabalagala, Half London. I think you have been there. You have been told, let's go to Half London for eating food. You know, that place was called Half London because of HIV/AIDS. People could leave their drinks in glasses halfway. Because when you are drinking your beer and then you go to the toilet, another person follows you and tells you, hello, Professor, do you know the girl you are seated with there? That girl. Why? So people used to pass back a door and then you go to their cars. Hello, Kasha, your bill, wake up. Just keep that bill for tomorrow. Please, I will pay tomorrow. I am Dr. So and so. Please, I am not coming back. You know, there's a problem there. I'll tell you the answer tomorrow. So another group came, the ladies themselves, beautiful. You know, we have very beautiful ladies with beautiful legs, big, nice. Ugandan lady, when she steps in a club, you can see earthquake in your blood, earthquake around you. It is real. So, you have just arrived from Nairobi. You have gone out in a hotel booked. They say, let me go and hang out for a drink. Miriam, Kenneth, Professor, you have a drink, you find a lady. You know, they used to have Mercedes S600. She has put the key there on the counter. So when you see the Mercedes, and then people, you know, you do an investigation, they take you to this, that she's the owner of the other Mercedes. Then later on, in the process, can I buy you a drink? Yes. Then Half London, the Kenyan tourist was arrived in Kampala, buys the drink. Story is in short. In the middle of the drink, Professor, the lady herself tells you that, David, thank you very much, but I'm HIV positive. What? So the blood freezes, goes down. And these are the things this television must teach. Stigmatization is very bad. We killed it in Uganda by people being like that woman on the second example. So people started using condoms. He said, David, you are going out with me, but let's pass the shop. First, there are people at the beginning in Africa, why HIV was rampant everywhere. Down in South Africa, why are there huge cases of COVID-19? People say there is no AIDS. People in Kenya are saying there is no COVID-19. The minister is emphasizing here every morning, there is COVID-19. Then why do you fear? Why do you change a certificate? Hey, Mimi. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Mimi.
Karen. Yeah.
Go ahead, Karen.
Oh, yeah. That brings us to the point. Miriam was talking of these doctors being swayed to write a different report. And as they do so, they should remember that they're exposing so many other people that they're out there. So it's not even acceptable. They should know that it's not acceptable and it should not be practiced because they even they sought to give the right. I don't know. They usually do that before they practice these medicine.
They take an oath of office. Yes.
Yes, they take an oath. So they should remember the oath they took and abide by the rules, knowing that if they are to be swayed and give a different report, then they'll be exposing so many other people to COVID, and it's unacceptable.
Very well, and the oath they take usually is to protect lives.
Miriam, let me just also have my point.
Professor, as you come in, two things there that Karen has brought up. Of course, these families want to evade stigmatization, that I think is very clear here as to why they're doing this. But also, they want to give their loved ones a decent send-off, a normal send-off where people come view their body. That is against the measures that have been...
How do you give us a decent send-off, Miriam? There's no decent send-off here now.
No, Dr. Matsanga, this is what Miriam means. Is trying to say. You know, in Africa,
some of the reasons. Can I finish? This is some of the reasons are being given to what Karen said there earlier: stigmatization. The families do not want that stigma that comes with having a relative die from COVID-19. The second thing is because if a patient has died of COVID-19, you are expected to bury that person a certain way, and a lot of this has clashed with even our own cultures and how we're used to sending our loved ones away and giving them the burial rights. So that has changed. So they're saying, should the doctor declare the person has died of COVID-19, then they will not be able to view the body, for instance, or to do what usually will be done to a normal person when they die from any other illness outside of COVID-19. So that is what the intentions are, that and also stigmatization. But Professor, this is very unethical. It even goes against that oath of office these doctors take to protect lives, because if anything, they're exposing more lives to danger.
Miriam, if I walk with you on the channel to spiritual realm, in every generation when God comes with a pandemic, God is passing a message. Some of the things, how humanity have been doing things, God has never been happy. In fact, even with, let me just even address on those decent send-off. In fact, it has been a headache to some families when they lose their loved ones. They spend thousands and thousands of money. But God has decided out of his wisdom to come with this COVID-109. He has interfered with our social lives. Do you greet people? Why do you not insist, now let me just shake hands? People don't shake hands. So what it is really very unethical. And people have not, the example which Dr. Masanga was putting, COVID-109, 19 Miriam is real. It kills. And what we need to do, and we have given this one, and you can see corruption at work. For the doctor to go and give a fake report, it means corruption has come into being. So what we need to do, let us try to address our behavior change. Let people converse about this COVID-19. Science does not lie. If a doctor tells you you are taking too much beer, go and stop. You are taking too much sugar, go and stop. If you insist, the sugar will kill you, more meat will kill you, more alcohol will kill you. The doctors have advised that this is a disease. It is very contagious. So we do not do it very normal. But what we need to do here is we need to prepare people by engaging, talking to them, having civic education. Because sometimes if people have been doing something, you don't come one day and tell them you don't do this. So people must be taken over. And that's why Dr. Masanga is trying to say that every now and again, the Ministry for Health must come forward and tell people why you should not do this, so that we walk with the people this journey. Let us involve people. It is not business as usual. Mutahi Kagwe has come with that if we treat this disease normally, it will treat us abnormally. Masanga says, if we joke with this disease, that we want to take our people on a decent way, the disease will choke with us, it will kill us.
And they will kill us.
So the doctors, please now be faithful to your oath of office.
Now I have I'm a teacher. I have something.
Thank you, Dr. Masang. So, Miriam, this is very unfortunate. Like yesterday, I saw something which happened in Kisii, whereby that the mom died, and then they did not tell the people. They left the body at the car park. And even when those people and those health workers who are coming to take burial, they must have a standard on how they do it. So this is a pandemic which has come in. Let us work our channel together, involve the family members, say that this person has died of COVID-19. These are some of the things we can do. These are some of the things you can do. I think that is the most civil and decent way of doing things, Miriam.
And now that you've mentioned that story that happened in Kisii the other day, I think things like that is what even perhaps is making people do these things that are not okay. And and one of our viewers here, Doctor, before you come in, Ina Hassan, thank you for watching. You're saying, I survived COVID-19 and a colleague with me was forced out of his apartment out of stigmatization. He had to spend some time in a hotel before he found a new place. So they're saying this is a person they were sharing, a place with. And after he tested COVID-19, the person left, had to go put up in a hotel before he found another place. You see, this level of stigmatization, and perhaps the house, maybe it was en suite. Everyone, I don't know how it was. You could, have your own personal space and bathroom and all that. But out of the thought of you having a COVID-19 and the lack of, is it awareness of ignorance? Because at this point we know we have the information, Doctor.
Okay, let's teach each other here. All of you are correct, but this is the correct situation. Fake money, costs, culture, remove costs, civic education. It's a formula. If you are writing a paper, a professor knows how to write a paper of appraisal. That's what I would do. What is the main driving factor? That's why I jumped on Karen Joseph's first point. She retracted because of Miriam's point of culture. But she had a point. The root cause of all this.
Stigmatization, yes.
Stigma.
Stigma, and why are people worried of stigma? Why are people going for money? Why are people talking of fake documents? Why are people talking of culture? You have put costs. Land, I don't know whether I can go slowly, then you pick it. A minute, Miriam.
Go ahead.
You have put a caveat, costs. Why do people do all these things? There is a cost.
Yeah.
But if you removed the cost, it's like removing salt from vegetables. If you eat them, they are not sweet. They are not salty. But as long as there is that element of cost, one, before you do this test, there's cost. Before you leave the hospital, there is cost.
A lot of cost. Yes.
So, what is forcing people to do dubious things? One, a rich parent, a rich brother, a rich son will come and pay. Will come and pay the hospital. I want my mother's body. It's cost, it's money. There's something called money involved here. But if the government made, can you get a fake certificate from London Hospital? Impossible. Nobody will give you. Nobody will give you a fake, because there is no cost. There is no. You are a patient. Once you arrive in a London hospital, whether you have money or you don't have money, Miriam, where will you go? You will go home. You will leave the hospital without worrying that they will take some of your dresses that you came with in the suitcase. So there is something that the ministry should start analyzing. What is it driving people to become so fake? Why are people faking certificates? Onyali came closer to this, to hammering it. Then he ran away from it. Professor, you were hammering the point there. Discipline imeanguka because there is something called cost. Cost is in everything.
And Doctor,
what is the cost of quick? Yes. The cost of quick burial.
And we remembered earlier on, the Ministry of Health said, the government will take care of these bills, and we were very happy about it. But the reports right now we are receiving from all these government centers are conflicting, so it's very conflicting even to understand to many Kenyans the cost.
I've got the point there, Miriam. You have got the point of the Ministry of Health came and said they will pay for these costs. Now, people are confused. The family in Kisii was crying. There was another family that was crying that they had a lot of money to pay.
Yes.
It is not, yes, before you leave.
The cost now, was even inflated so many times high.
Do you know that people are not coming to hospital because of the fear of the unknown?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And what is the fear of the unknown? The hidden cost. Wanakuambia uko na negative, unafikiri utatembea. Kufika kwa mlango, there is, the anakufia askaris who have been put at the door. Uye anakufia anatoa na handbag yako anakutoa. A lady, you are very smart, you are going. I say, mama, uwezi kutoka. Kama unataka kutoka nje, no, I'm going to pick something from my husband's car. Watch a handbag up. It is happening in these hospitals. People are being detained. The government should come out. That is the point I wanted to come to.
That is it. And the connection with the cost that Charlie, if someone has been to the hospital and the bill is so high, and they have got 48 hours to get out this boat and pay. People with poverty and with the lack of the medical doctor, it will force people to fake so that they get time to raise this money.
Yes.
You are 100% correct.
Now you brought up another point, Professor.
No, to fake so that they don't pay the money. They share the money with the mortuary attendant.
Or even they get time to raise that much money that they're being asked to pay. Also,
right.
both sides, yeah. Karen,
so,
yes.
The whole thing is our diagram. I will make it look better. It is this. And it leads, if the government, if I was an advisor to Mutahi Kagwe, I will lecture to him and tell him, get out, man. Remove this thing here called money. Umesikia watu. You are asking why the hospitals are empty. Why are they empty?
Yeah.
I'm asking a serious question. Why are hospitals in Kenya empty? People fear this hidden. They fear, Mr. President, people fear this hidden thing here. There is something hidden. As soon as you enter there, it starts clicking. Kaka, 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 kaka. In fact, in some hospitals, they even tell you that I think you are going to be here for 10 days. William, Karen, Professor, I broke my hand during the campaigns of 2017. I hit a trailer on my way with my convoy coming back. We Punchline TV crew, about 32 of us, when we were campaigning for President Uhuru Kenyatta. When I reached one hospital, I want to mention the name. My dear, when they looked at my hand, before they could even inject me, they had told me how many days I was going to stay. And then said, because of your huge mass and status. Because I am a big guy. You need the special room. David Matang. You need a special room. This is the truth, Miriam. Ask Stephen there. He's there. Stephen was there. All of them, all the workers, all my employees of staff of Pankiland, thank you very much for doing a great job. I had never gone to hospital since 1955. When I was born, my mother is still alive, will tell you. This guy grew up without going to hospital or lie. Never. The first time I entered the hospital in Nairobi was in Gonga Beam. Before the doctors in that cubicle, they put the curtain like this. They say, Daktari, Dr. Matanga, this thing here will take about 10 days. And you being one of these high officials on TV, we want to hide you in one of those rooms, special. Wow, David Matanga, I said, Mulinya Yakatonda no mwana no mo yomutukufu. I mean, I've been over a day. I'm sorry to say in Uganda, things are finished. I want to get out. I called Stephen, he's there. I said, Stephen, let them finish the x-ray na kila kitu tutoke. But every medicine they bring, you take photo. Because now, it also became, those days, I and Raila Odinga were on opposite sides. And the guys, everybody was coming to pull the curtain like this to look at me. Pull the curtain, they look at me, then you could hear them, they say, that's the man. I said, There are two things I was going to face. A huge bill and maybe a quick departure from planet Earth. So I weighed the two things. After the x-ray, they showed me where the bone bleeds, where it is broken. I said, you have the best painkillers. They said, yes. Say, Patia painkillers. The doctor said, we have arranged the bed. Stephen is there. They said each bed is 150,000 per day. I said 100 and what? 50. Okay. The heart sank, plus the pain is sinking. I said, if that is the money, I'm bringing this story, we can even end on this, and because we give time for Miriam to arrange one show only. We have a very powerful show today in the afternoon. Look at this. If that is the case, let me go home. Then when they saw me walk out of they were saying, sir, I said, have I paid everything the day of now? Yes. How much was it? I paid cash. 34,000 shillings. Yes. Thank you very much. If I need a bed, I'll come tomorrow here. I'm a son of Jesus Christ. And Jesus always looks after me. That's what I said. Ask Stephen there. Said, you will see me come back here. If you see me coming back here, no, I'll not come. How do you charge me 150,000 per day? What is this? Have I got malaria or anything, or AIDS? You umepima blood yangu. Hakuna kitu. Unasema 150. Nilikula nini? Said no. Wacha niende. I got out of the hospital. The doctors came up to the car park and saying, please. I said, let it kill me at home. Is the bone, I asked them, has the bone pierced the lungs? Said no. Has the bone pierced any rib? No. Fine. Let me go and die home. But I will not pay 150. So in a nutshell, I got it cured. Miriam, do you know what? By miracle. You're not believing in Jesus Christ?
Amen.
Look at this hand. It never. Do you know what they told me? They were going to put a plate plate. Chuma ndani hapa. Waue mimi. And then the doctor was telling me the metal makes your immune system to go low. So now I'm finished. Any disease that comes, you fall. Any disease, kumbe, had I put the metal here, things would be corona now. You know it will be here. So I went out, Miriam, I'm healed. In the name of Jesus Christ, hallelujah, I'm healed. I was healed. I went back to this doctor's clinic. He said, look, you wanted to put a metal in me. Is there a metal here? Is there a metal? Hey, is this a miracle? I said, yes, indeed, it's a miracle of Jesus. The hand was killed. I swear in the name of God. All of you, it is a living testimony. I can't believe it. Anybody who saw that hand, the bone was like a fragmented sand. You touch here, it was like a sand. But here is the hand. I'm okay. So, what is causing people not to come to hospitals? Let's not lose focus.
Cost.
Is the costs, the money issue. The minister should look into, the government should remove this thing. Allow people, let the government from the money they collect for COVID-19, allow people to go and freely. Sidio na professor?
Yes.
Free. Kila mtu utaona watu kwa haki ya Mungu, utaona watu watajaa hospitali. And we shall finish this problem of COVID-19. If you say I've suggested wrongly, again, like Paul was talking in Judea, I bow my head.
Karen.
Yes.
What do you have to say about the cost? Yes.
Yes, the cost is actually an issue here because people don't want to get there and they are told it's above what they can manage. And apart from that, remember, Miriam, they have the burial ceremony to cater for as well. So it's a huge issue and the government needs to do something about that. Let it be made freely for people to go pick the body and follow the health protocols and bury their loved ones, Miriam.
Mm-hmm. All right, very well. And just to go through quickly the other headlines before we leave. Daily Nation, their State House stops talks on revenue, and it says down there 40 lawmakers drawn from competing sides had agreed to converge at a hotel in Kiambu to resolve the impasse after oversharing of county cash by a powerful government official called Majority Whip Irungu Kangata and scuttled the meeting, leaving him clutching at straws with lots of goat meat and no eaters. That is on the Daily Nation and on the Standard newspaper. Ruto fights to pay for Weston land. So Deputy President asked court to terminate case by Kenya Civil Aviation Authority seeking to recover the land on which Weston Hotel is built. The National Land Commission ruled last year that the land is public and hotel owners should compensate the agency for the loss. So it appears there, Doctor, that Deputy President Dr. William Ruto will be willing to have an out-of-court settlement so that he's able to pay for that land, that Weston Hotel, part of it.
Miriam, quickly.
Yes.
Let's not waste a lot of time.
Yes.
Something has followed this gentleman. It's either bad luck, which is always associated with bad things. You know, there are several types of bad luck. Ile bad luck inanoka once. Gari na kugonga, unavunjika mkono, o kichwa, o nini, sawa. Lakini iko bad luck, ile inakufuata. Kila inakufuata. Everywhere the DP goes, there is something following him. And that is something touches land. Land. Our deputy president could be a very good candidate for Jubilee Party. I speak frankly. I'm not a Jubilee member registered, but I'm a friend of Jubilee Party. I broke my hand campaigning for the second time. If you saw the group called Uhuru Vote Hunters, I am the chairman. I'm the boss of the group. All those people in the studio where Miriam is have t-shirts of Uhuru Vote Hunters. I am the boss. Over 9,000 people in this country. Yes, with t-shirts of Uhuru Vote Hunters. So what happened, which is very clear, is that everywhere the DP goes, everywhere the deputy president is going, there is something to do with land. Are there leaders in this Kalenjin community who can wash, cut a sheep, something like that to wash this bad luck? I'm only suggesting as an elder. It was like a Kofi Annan. Wherever Kofi Annan could go, blood would come. Blood, Rwanda, Syria, East Timor, Baghdad, Iraq, Sierra Leone, Liberia. Should I read more, Miriam? Everywhere Kofi Annan put a leg. The only place where Kofi Annan could not step, because Matanga, I told him, Robert Mugabe to deport him. We deported Kofi Annan with the former president of United States of America. What is his Ford? Not Ford. What is Qatar? Harare Airport. Bilikuwako. Sema toa mtu. Toa waende. Wewe. Aterere. Toa. Kata, Kofi Annan, Machero, this one here, also the woman of Grace Machel Mandela.
Grasa.
They were deported. Their passport, you know, the UN passport to be stamped, ready diplomatic, Rudy. There was no bloodshed in Zimbabwe. But had the Kofi Annan put his feet there, he was going to bring down. Later on, when Mugabe left, Mnangagwa allowed Kofi Annan to come. That was his last journey. Have you seen what is happening in Zimbabwe? Have you seen? In Kenya, what happened? If this Matsanga did not wake up this morning, where would Ruto be? Would we be having the airport at Songoi? What jana? Miriam tuachie hapo. Send us, we have very big topics today.
We do. And Doctor, yes, before we leave, Doctor, before we leave, today the governor of Nairobi has run a special supplement in one of the dailies here to show what he has been doing. It's quite. When I look at this, I just look at the money that is supposed to be doing some things for me in this county. Governor Mike Sonko and Nairobi, and it is saying that Nairobi is a testimony to the success of devolution. So that is what Sonko is. It's a lot of material there. But on another note, before we leave,
Miriam, which governor?
The governor of Nairobi, Mike Sonko. Mike Sonko Buvi.
In Mombasa. Karen, tell us, what is this governor? Governor in Nairobi. Yeah. Miriam.
Miriam on that.
He has a
at
whole...
least there is light. There is light where I am. My friends in Nairobi, wherever they live, everybody is saying there is light. Yeah. There is water. There is everything. Was the governor, had he done this? Is he just wasting, giving him more money? I don't know why journalism has sunk low in Africa.
No, this is his own stuff. So, all right. So, something
Yeah,
else.
Miriam, on
Yes,
that, Miriam, on that,
yes.
the governor, somebody in the name of the governor of Nairobi was given the opportunity by the people of Nairobi. He did not practice the rule of law and good governance. He could have put a deputy governor in place who could have assisted him. My free advice to him, he might have done all those great things he's purporting to have done, but it has been arranged that he took money from us. Can he go to court, ask for some time, for his case to be heard and be dispensed with? If he's found innocent, he comes back to work. But so long as that case is before him and which pass him from talking about issues about Nairobi, he should let him thank the president. He saved him, otherwise he could be history, could have been impeached. So let him just allow the Major General
Nairobi Metropolitan
body to do work. Nairobi is not in a vacuum. Let him just concentrate in ensuring that this case is dispensed.
And also something else, I don't think you need to advertise so many pages to say what you've been doing. I think what you've been doing should be speaking on your behalf. So Kizuri Chajiuza, and then yes, you don't have to advertise. People will be seeing. Yeah.
Tuambie kwa Kiswahili sanifu.
Kiswahili sanifu.
Like the one Miriam has said.
Tunasema hivi, kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza.
Yeah. Because if you're saying you build a road,
the good one can sell itself.
Yes. You don't have to come here to tell me you've built a road. I'll be walking on that road. I'll be saying, the county has done this. The county has ensured this. But if you have to do this for me to know what you've been doing, then we have a problem on a very neutral ground there. And also Makueni and West Pokot folks are the Kenya's happiest lot. The county of Makueni and West Pokot apparently have the most happy Kenyans. That is according to
because they no longer steal cows.
That is according to Infotract poll. It's quite interesting, Makueni and West Pokot. Random. I would think from the coast.
Miriam, give a credit to Museveni. Because Makueni people no longer steal cows from Uganda.
Makueni used to steal. Makueni and West Pokot.
West Pokot. They no longer, there's no cattle rustling across our border. Because you come, we give you 47 plates. Tunaingiza kwa kichwa. Uko. Hakuna kuiba ng'ombe. So how can the county? Laponyo is the governor Laponyo. What is his name? My good friend
Lanyanga Paul.
Lanyanga Paul, my good professor Lanyanga Paul. Thank you very much. He's the happiest man leading happy people. Because on the other side of your country, we no longer allow cattle rustlers.
Doctor, let's say it together, Lanyanga Paul.
Lanyanga Paul.
All right, we'll take a break.
You want to laugh at me, Karen? Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Lanyanga Paul, is it Lanyanga Paul? Lanyanga Paul, is it? Okay, William wanted to crack a laughter at me because she knows I am briefed. I've lost my uncle, but still I have to work. I have to serve the country. I have to serve the nation. I'm very happy for this. I have to talk about events in Africa and the world, and I have to talk about Governor Lanyanga Paul. There's no more cattle rustling across the bridge. If you come to Uganda, to Karamoja to steal cattle, you come back with 7 dead bodies, or yourself dead. That's the policy of Museveni. Finished. And they stamped out cattle rustling.
All right.
And I am happy. Ina Hassan, I am beginning to love you so much and to like your comments. You have said absolutely what I have said. You have summarized it. Look at that comment. Cost band stigma. This is it. This is the guy If the guy who has read economics, cost band stigma, Ina Hassan, thank you, brother, is a cost band. Mtu anasikia ako na COVID, unataka kwenda kwa hospitali, kwanza unahesabu uko na pesa ngapi kwa mfuko. Will you go? Nasema wache jiumane hapa. So thank you.
All right, thank you so
Miriam,
much.
let Karen tell us the weather in Mombasa, and let her close down. We forgot about that. Karen?
Yes, Daktari. The weather, the coast today, I'll be specific at Malindi. The temperatures will range between 22 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius, and it's around 10:35 right now. It's very sunny with the temperatures at 26 degrees Celsius. It will be so at 11 a.m. It will still be very sunny, and the temperature will be at 26 degrees Celsius. At 12 noon, that is noon, it will be mostly sunny with the temperatures at 27 degrees Celsius. It will be so till 4 p.m. and the temperature at 4 p.m. will be 26 degrees Celsius. The sun will be setting at 6:25 here at Malindi, and the temperature then will be 25 degrees Celsius. That's the weather for today. Back to you, Miriam.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you also, Professor and Doc. There, we're going to take a short break, and then we shall come back with our next show. Please don't go too far. We will be right back.
Don't go away. Thank you. Miriam, don't ever mention Onyangapo.